Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffani Beaston from Beauty and the Beastons, and I upload twice a week. Today we are doing a DIY at-home princess party for my daughter's 4th birthday, and well, I just got some shell in there. But we are doing everything at home ourselves. I have 4 kids, and I've been doing their birthdays since they were born, and my oldest is 9. So if you like this type of party prep video, be sure to check out my channel because I have lots of them. And like I said, been doing this for 9 years now, and I'm still getting the hang of it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we all love a good at-home birthday party just because there's like no rushing and everyone can just kind of hang out. I pretty much have it down pat as to how we do everything, but one thing that changed the game this year after all these years was that I started on the cake, I think it was 3 days before the party. Usually I do it way closer to the party. So I did all of my baking at night 3 days before the party. I just am doing box cake for our cake and cupcakes. So baking this all the 3 nights before, letting it cool off and just putting it in the freezer until I'm ready to decorate it. But it is a game changer just having all of the baking done. My kids love funfetti, and I do the gluten-free cake so that Chris and I can have some, or I'll do gluten-free cupcakes, but they really love the gluten-free funfetti cake. I wish the ingredients were better, but I always say I hope that one day I can learn to make just a cake from scratch with great flavor that we all love. I've tried a couple times. The one time, it was just like, I think it called for like almond oil, and the whole cake just tasted too much like almond. I don't know. I need to find a good cake mix. If you have one, let me know. But I do always try to have, if we're doing like a vanilla cake, I'll try to have like a chocolate cupcake for those people that like chocolate. And of course, we always have other treats. So growing up, my mom always did all of our birthday parties at home as well. I am one of 7 kids, so God bless her for all the birthday parties that she did. But she always baked the cakes herself, and some of my favorite memories are like my mom doing our birthday parties and the house just smelling like cake batter and letting us lick the stirrers, which I know it's so funny, but I don't let my kids lick the stirrers because I'm afraid of the raw egg. Meanwhile, we grew up doing that, and that was one of my favorite things ever. But I don't know, I just really enjoy having an at-home birthday party. And growing up, like, we had the tiniest house and it was still perfect. And we're just now starting to, for Everly, who's 4, to invite some of her preschool friends. She had like 3 friends she invited last year, and then a couple more this year. But it's funny, as they get older, how more friends start to combine with family. And then for my older kids, we usually have like a family. For Carter, since he's like a summer birthday, and for Ella, since she's a summer birthday, we'll have like family and friends combined at an at-home party and have like blow-up water things out back. But Tanner, my January birthday, he usually will have like a friend party at a movie theater or a trampoline park, and then we'll have a family party at home. Just because that's what he chooses. He never really wants to just have his friends over. He wants to do something extra. I think he likes having 2 days to celebrate him, but whatever he wants is what we do for that January birthday. I am actually a July baby, and I loved being a summer baby because I always loved just having like cookouts and running around outside with my friends and family. Alright, so we are on to the next day, and today is the day that we are starting to make all of our icings and make our cake. And this was really nice because this was Thursday, the birthday party was Saturday. So Thursday, the cake was decorated and done, so I could just focus on little things. After I do the cake, my next step is always the balloons because I feel like both of those are the most tedious things, so that's what I always start with. What's so funny is that I grew up with my mom just buying icing, and that's always what I did, and I found it really hard to decorate with, and then all of you inspired me to start making my own icing, so that's what I did. And usually like you add a couple ingredients at a time and let it mix. Well, I found the most amazing recipe where you just throw everything in at once, and it's actually a little less sweet, which I like. So I will definitely leave that recipe down below because you can't mess this icing up. It's so easy and delicious. It's fluffy, it's perfect for decorating. And then you saw I'm using the Watkins natural food coloring for the cake, even though unfortunately Funfetti does have like regular food coloring in it, but we have to control what we can, so I am using the natural food coloring for the icing. But you guys will love this icing recipe. You also saw that I started to take the tulle off of those princess little cupcake toppers, and I'm going to be using that to decorate our cake. I will say my cake plan did not go as planned at all, but we made it work. So first, I'm just getting all of our colors ready for our cake.
Why can't I just let it go? Let it go, go, go. Why'd you have to show me heaven just to leave me down in hell? You don't come around here no more. Why'd you have to let me go? Let me know, no, no. Someday I will make you answer for all of your mistakes, but I'm way too weak now, crawling on all fours, searching for something to keep me from going crazy, but I'm way too deep now, I can't remember. Ooh, who I am, what I like, what I do, what I'm like when without you. Ooh, should've known you're too good to be true. You don't come around here no more. Why'd you have to let me go? Let me go, go, go. You don't think about me no more. Why can't I just let it go?
So as you can see, I wrapped my cake layers individually in plastic wrap and put them in the freezer. This is great. I didn't even have to level it because the cakes were so flat. Thanks, gluten-free cake. That it honestly didn't really matter. So just icing in between, putting all of our layers together, and then icing the whole thing. At this point, you can just make the icing very thin, put it in the freezer again as like a crumb coat, and then do your icing again. But I didn't feel like doing all those steps, so I didn't.
That way. Maybe I could've got in my heart, but now I'm just back at the start. You don't come around here no more. Why'd you have to let me go? Let me go, go, go. You don't think about me no more. Why can't I just let it go?
Everly asked for a purple and pink cake, which was not on my radar. She decided this day that she wanted pink and purple. I showed her the icing. She was like, both. So I kind of just mixed them together. I do this a lot with their cakes. I like it. It's like an ombre effect. It's not perfect, but the kids like it, which is what it's all about.
Na, 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 why let me go, go, go. Oh, na, 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 na. Na, 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 why let me go, go, go.
So I always let my kids pick out their cake inspiration on Pinterest, and then I pray, and that's what we're doing here. Everly picked out this cake, which was much cuter on Pinterest, but Mommy tried and she really liked it. Anyway, like you're supposed to have like different icing effects for the dresses of the princesses, and I tried to do different like piping techniques and everything, and I failed miserably. So who got it? Belle and Cinderella got a nice smooth dress, and Ariel got a fluffy dress, but again, it's all good.
But it wasn't a fact. Known them your whole life, but it was all an act. There's no meaning, but like in the best of ways, you could go 100 days without really doing anything and still have the right to say I'm so incredible. Oh yeah, I'm lovable. Cause it's not in the performance, no. There's nothing that you owed them, so feel no need to explain. I'll say it all again. Now you don't have to show them anything, anything. take yourself out the equation. Can't wait longer than your own patience. Can't wait longer than your own patience. Like you're here waiting until you're not. Can't remember what you forgot. You can't take yourself out the equation. Life's funny like that. You lose one thing, get another one back. You thought you knew, but it wasn't no fact. Know them your whole life, but it was all an act. There's no meaning, but like in the best of ways, you could go 100 days without really doing anything and still have the right to say, I'm so incredible, yeah, lovable, 'cause it's not in the performance, no, feel no need to explain, I'll say it all again, now you don't have to show them anything, anything, anything.
This is the part in the process where you debate throwing the cake away. It's a part of my process every time I make a cake. I'm like, do I just throw this away because it's awful? Like, I need to get rid of this cake. And then the next day when I go to put it out for the party, I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. That's kind of what happened here.
There's an empty left in my bed. I don't know about you, but put you first. I bought some new flowers, they're all dead. First you are in, then you are out, like snow in the spring. I just want your time. I just want your time, oh, oh, time. I need your time. 365, 24/7, I'll be fine. As long as you spend a little time.
Sprinkles make everything better, so I'm trying to add some sprinkles here to give it some more detail and hide my imperfections. And then I kind of figure out, I think it'll look nicer if the dresses are finished on the bottom, so I do that. I do some more piping around the other layer, and I feel like it all comes together. Again, it's not the perfect Pinterest cake, but it's made with lots of love.
Then you put doubts and doubts and doubts in my mind. Still, you make me feel like we could be something more, something more. First you are in, then you are out, like snow in the spring. I just want your time. I just want your time, oh, oh, time. I need your time. 365, 24/7, I'll be fine. As long as you spend a little time. Oh, spend a little time. I need your time.
The cake is coming together and the kids are getting a nice show as they have their breakfast for dinner. These little balloons I had from previous parties, and they're an afterthought, but I thought it was cute and just gave it a little bit more. I try to think of it from my kids' perspective. You can see Everly in the back. Like, what looks even more exciting to them? I think adding balloons will always be exciting to them.
I just want your time.
I'm also icing the cupcakes now just to have that all done with. At this point, I'm like, I don't want to look at icing or cake mix again until when it's Tanner's birthday, January, so for a couple more months. But that's how it always feels when you're done baking, at least for me, just because, we struggle when we decorate cakes a little bit, but they always wind up coming out decent.
The music on the dance floor. I don't really mind. All the smoke is in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention.
Okay, that was at night. We're on to the next day. This is the day before the party. And is it the day before the party? I can't remember if this is Thursday or Friday. I think this is Friday. We'll see. This was all her birthday party was last weekend, so I'm just like I'm in a time warp right now with everything that's going on, the holidays and all of it. But we are doing the balloons. There's so many different ways to do this, and sometimes I like to mix up the colors. Sometimes I just do each color alone. That's kind of what I'm doing this time. And I will tie two balloons together at a time and then intercross them with the next two balloons. And then at the very end, I will go ahead and tie them all together with a long clear balloon. And I just found this method a couple months ago, or I forget how long ago, maybe it was last year, but it's so much easier. And I'm so grateful for one of my subscribers that told me to do it this way. Instead of using the balloon tape and tying each individual balloon, this literally takes half the time that it used to take me.
You are illuminating. I don't really care about the people in the bar line. I don't really mind all the who goes doing stage dives. I don't care at all, baby. You got my attention. So you were saying, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite
So this was one of the first times I had alone in a while. So I was getting a little bit emotional when I was blowing up balloons because this was the first birthday party that my mom couldn't make it to. She was recently diagnosed with mantle cell lymphoma, and we're still like finding things out. She got her PET scan results, but today we're going to the doctors with her to figure out what our next step is. I have a feeling that it's going to be like they need to biopsy bone marrow and then make a plan from there. I just can't wait to get to the treatment part so we can start fighting and all of that. But I've been really open and sharing everything with you as we go because it's helped me tremendously, because this type of cancer is a 1 in 200,000 chance. Like, it's a rare cancer, but luckily on this platform I found other people that have had success stories. I've joined mantle cell lymphoma support groups, and there's been lots of supportive, positive stories. So I just keep like holding on to that and keep on praying. I just want her to be like get her pain managed as well. But the main reason I say this is because you never know what anyone is going through, so you should just always be a kind person. Also, this random balloon that's all over the place, I think it's from the heater that it's moving all over the place. But anyway, putting this all together and then throwing it downstairs to put this up along with our backdrop. And just thank you everyone who's been so supportive and praying for my mom and just reaching out with success stories and hope, because it has truly, truly helped me. And I'm so glad that I decided to share it with you, because if I kept this all in, I feel like I would be more unwell than I am. So again, thank you. This backdrop is from Prettiest Party Girl. I feel like she just changed the name of her shop, but we got all of her backdrops from her. I will link her below. She's Etsy and she's amazing. They're always beautiful, beautiful backdrops. I hid in my room to blow up the balloons just to make it easier on myself and not have the dogs jumping all over them and things like that. So now I'm just throwing them downstairs this way.
but you got me good. You got me good. I keep on driving till it bends. Still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving.
Just being real, I bought these clips that stick to the wall that have hooks that are absolutely amazing, except for when you want to take them down. I did take the paint off of my wall. So now that that's done, we're into like the tedious banners and the little centerpieces. I want all this stuff done so that, since this is a brunch, I forgot to mention that this is a princess brunch. We have a local restaurant cater it. They're amazing family-owned restaurant that we use for anytime we have like a brunch or anything. It's early, so I try to have everything decorated as much as possible the night before. The day of, the kids will help out and fill the goodie bags and the piñata, and I'll just focus on cleaning and getting the rest of everything set up. So basically just having as much done as possible the night before without having to go to bed at 3 a.m. is where it's at. So if you have time to do a little bit each day, even if you need to start earlier than I do, I highly recommend it.
Keep on driving and driving along the roads and end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just
At our birthday parties, we don't have an end time. People can leave whenever they want, but we always keep things moving. This, I'm not necessarily keeping things moving, but it is something for parents to take a photo of their kids, and it's cute and silly, and it was like under $10 on Amazon, so I highly recommend it. I do have this little stand that I've used for like balloon arches and stuff in the past, so you do need something to hang it on. But that was cute. And then these I've had since I think Ella's birthday 2 years ago. So we just keep reusing them over and over again. That's like how it goes. I feel like I barely needed to buy any tablecloths or anything like that, just because when you have girls and they have multiple birthday parties, like just the good old fashioned like glittery and sparkly things go with basically every theme. So that's really nice. And the pinks and purples too. So setting all this stuff up, and then I'm going to get our tables set up and go from there.
Sort out all the fights, sort out all the lies. Oh baby, yeah. There was a part of me that knew that, and still I'm caught by surprise. I thought you'd always be mine. I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, 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 down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. Yeah, we keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, 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 down. Yeah. And I thought, it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure. Just thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no, it's no more, no. I got so high on a low. That's when I loved you the most. Now I thought I should let you know. Yeah, now, no, it's no more, no. I really thought we had it covered. Was gonna patch up all the scars, but we smashed up all the parts. Oh, na, na, na. Always knew that you were stubborn, but didn't know it'd be so hard to figure out who you really are. I guess our dreams fell asleep.
2024, the year that Tiffani Beaston learned how to tie a bow via the bow hack. I have a short on it, and added bows to everything in her house. That's exactly what's going on right now. Another thing I always like to do is hang a letter balloon up here above my cooktop, and then have like the kids take a picture with their balloon. So that's what I'm doing now. I could not blow it up by mouth. I forget if Chris blew it up or if I wound up going upstairs. No, that's what happened. I wound up going upstairs and using the air pump that I used for the other balloons. Here I am trying not to die. I'm going to go ahead and put that up there. Cleaning up, this part always feels so therapeutic because it's like, you know, we're almost there. You get to see everything come together, which is always my favorite part, because honestly, I plan like the cake and the backdrop and balloons. I plan the goodie bags, but then after that, everything I just kind of wing it and hope that it comes together, and it usually does.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby. I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life.
So I'm just cleaning this area, and I'm going to open up and set up our goodie bags, and then the next morning the kids will fill the goodie bags and the piñata. But this was a nice spot to leave off and be ready for the morning.
Your ego, you're undeniable. guess it never hit you. Our conversation takes two.
I can tell Daddy, when we're doing the pinata, can I go for because I'm the birthday girl?
Yes.
Hold up, baby. I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego.
It is the next morning, and I'm showing you all the stuff that Chris got for the goodie bags. He was in charge of picking stuff for the goodie bags, and he did a great job. And then we got some tissue paper from the Dollar Tree because I felt like that would just really make the bags look more special. Pretty just random plain bags. I had the white bags for the boys because I know they didn't want a princess bag. I've had them like just in the basement with all of our party stuff. And then the princess bags are from Amazon, but they all come together nicely. I love these make the face things. I didn't put them in the goodie bag, but I had them out. Sorry, the kids are being really loud in the background. Mom life. But I just put them out on the tables, and the kids like played them in between. We actually hired a princess, which wasn't on my plan, but Everly was like, I can't wait until the princess comes to my party. And Chris and I were like, what? Luckily, we found a princess last minute, and she did like some face painting and singing and stuff with them, which was also fun for the kids. And then when she was done, we did cake and piñata. Like, we just always kind of like keep it moving so that the kids are always having fun, not saying they're bored. Plus, they would just kind of run around the house and play in the playroom, make up their own little games. But we try to move it along, not like rush it, but like then do cake and coffee. You know, everyone ate. So that if you parents have to get somewhere else, because a lot of parents have other kids with things they have to do, they can, or they can stay and hang out as long as they want.
Sometimes, but you're making me nervous. No, I've realized that I can't live without you. All my friends reassure that it's obvious, and that maybe I'm wasting my time, but I gotta try.
I got this a year ago for Everly's last birthday party, that little donut holder thing, and I just wanted to color in the part that said donuts with pink because it's just so plain. So I did that, and I'll give like a really good overview of how everything came together at the end. I got these massive muffins from Costco, as well as some coffee cake, just little breakfast treats for whoever wants them. So I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and please leave your December video request down below. It's so helpful when I know what you guys are needing to see or wanting to see, or how I can help you, any new printables, anything like that. Let me know in the comments below, because it's been really helpful to plan ahead and just stay busy, because, you know, not that I'm ever not really busy, but I don't like to sit around too much and let my thoughts get the best of me. I am trying to process, but I'm still in the shock, survival, be strong for my mom mode. And then I have my moments that I just randomly cry. But I'm just really praying for the best. I know that God has our back, but I hope that you all enjoyed this, and I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. And here's just a little overview of everything at the end.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make